Learning just 1,000 essential words is the first step and makes a huge difference. Without words, grammar is meaningless and communication becomes impossible. Even if you have something to say, you can't express it if you don't have the words in your brain.
Many Japanese learners of English simply don't know enough words. So that's why focusing on vocabulary first makes a lot of sense.
I think Japanese learners should focus on expanding their vocabulary rather than worrying too much about their grammar at the beginning. By focusing mainly on vocabulary first, we can communicate earlier, we can learn the grammar naturally, and we can progress faster towards fluency.
皆さんこんにちは。英会話教室ホルストの九十浦敦子です。今日もフィリピン人講師のキャミルと一緒に英語学習のお役立ち情報をお伝えしていきたいと思います。
Hi everyone, it's so great to be back.
So Camille, you've memorized an incredible 1,000 Japanese words since January this year. That's amazing.
Thank you. I worked really hard.
After learning 1,000 words, what has changed the most for you?
First, I become so familiar with Japanese pronunciation. When my students struggle to find the right words in English, I can now guess and help them more easily. Third, I want to show my students that learning another language from scratch is possible. No matter how hard it gets, you just have to keep trying and continue making an effort.
When you first started learning Japanese, you realized that building your vocabulary was the most important first step, right?
Yes, learning vocabulary before grammar is the key to effective language learning. Without words, grammar is meaningless and communication becomes impossible. Even if you have something to say, you can't express it if you don't have the words in your brain. Learning just 1,000 essential words is the first step and makes a huge difference. By focusing mainly on vocabulary first, we can communicate earlier, we can learn the grammar naturally, and we can progress faster towards fluency.
I completely agree. Many Japanese learners of English simply don't know enough words. So that's why focusing on vocabulary first makes a lot of sense.
I think Japanese learners should focus on expanding their vocabulary rather than worrying too much about their grammar at the beginning.
Do you feel that 1,000 words are enough, or do you think more vocabulary is needed for smoother conversations?
I think at least 2,000 words are necessary for effective communication. Once you memorize and understand at least 2,000 commonly used words, both listening comprehension and communication become much easier.
Exactly, I totally agree. That's why I always tell my students to aim for at least 2,000 words first. And these 2,000 words should be active vocabulary, words that you can use in conversation anytime. Then, if possible, I encourage them to learn another 2,000 words or more as passive vocabulary. Words they may not use in speech but can understand when they hear them. キャミルが使っているのはホルストが作成したこの音で覚える単語帳になっています。この単語帳の初級レベルにはちょうど2000語が収録されています。さらに中級レベルにはもう2000語が追加されています。まずはこの初級レベルの2000語をしっかり覚えていきましょ
う。Yes, this vocabulary book is very helpful because it contains practical words I need for daily conversations. Almost every day, you and I work hard together to create vocabulary learning videos where we record 30 Japanese English vocabulary quiz videos. And I think the videos we are making are very useful for anyone studying or planning to study Japanese or English.
That's right. At first, we made videos where I said English words and Camille answered in Japanese. Later, we created review videos where I said Japanese words and Camille answered in English. Learning 30 words per day.
This step is essential because it helps me remember the words in both directions. I've noticed that my brain processes the words differently when I learn them this way.
Right now, you are reviewing the 1,000 words you've learned, while also starting grammar study, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm already done with reviewing of 1,000 words and I'm really excited to learn the next 1,000 words. This time, I'll try to study 15 new words per day while focusing more on grammar. By the time I finish the next 1,000 words, I'll have a much better grasp of Japanese grammar while reaching my 2,000 words. It's like hitting two birds with one stone.
So in just about 2 more months, you reach 2,000 words.
Exactly. I'm excited to see how it will change my skills and what new challenges I'll face.
Camile と一緒に学べる1日35動画のリンクを概要欄に貼っておきますので、ぜひチェックしてみてください。毎日30語ずつ覚えれば1ヶ月で1000語マスターできますよ。次の動画ではCamileの体験を交えながら1日30語を覚える方法をご紹介します。楽しみにしていてくださいね。
Thank you for watching and let's keep learning together.
この動画が役に立つと思ったら、ぜひチャンネル登録と高評価ボタンをお願いします。ではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。See you next time. Bye bye.